Customer tries to strong-arm a discount. Just found this sub and love it. Wanted to add a funny work story to the mix. TL. Doctor included. I do Japanese landscaping and bonsai tree trimming for a living. My grandfather at the time was doing most of the scheduling. He had a customer whom he complained about being cheap, and the past few years always tried to haggle down the price. The CB was a client of ours for 3 years. This would be the 3rd year of maintenance we would be performing. Everything went normally. He tried to haggle, was shut down, and begrudgingly agreed to my grandpa's price. The day of, we show up, set up and begin work. About 2 hours or so into the job, he pulls up into his driveway all smiles, says hello to all of us, and then immediately brings up the agreed upon price. The CB jokingly says to my grandpa, "So $550, right?" My grandpa replies, "No. You say $550, but we agree $700 last year too, same thing, $700. The CB responds, "No, $550 better, I only pay $550. My grandpa, although irritated, still was polite but firm on not discounting. The CB then shifts his method of attack to strong-arming, saying he is only going to pay $550 and that we're already here, so just do the work, it's a waste of time otherwise. My grandpa did not like this one bit. Grandpa starts yelling at him at the top of his lungs in broken English about being dirty. Lol. And how HES the only customer to ever try this in his 40-plus years of work, cursing at him in an angry slurry of Japanese and English. He turns to me and our helper tells us we're leaving. He walks over to the tarps we use to collect the trimmings and flips them onto his yard, making the biggest mess possible for him to clean up. Not to mention the 2 half-done pine trees that looked terrible. Imagine walking out about halfway into a haircut, realizing his plan to try and bully us into charging less has failed. He began following my grandpa around saying, okay, sorry, $700 fine. $700 fine. My grandpa was in a rage now, so there was no turning back. HES always had a horrible temper. We packed up our equipment and left. Before we pulled off, CB was still at the driver's side window trying to reconcile the situation, and my grandpa's parting words to him were, "You bad person. Never call again." Quote, TL. Doctor. Guy agrees to a price a week prior. His plan was to show up while we were there and try to haggle a better price, and it backfires. My step-sister-in-law wanted me to leave everything I have to her kids. I had posted this on our Child-Free a while ago and was advised to post it here as well. My step-sil is the kind of person who couldn't fathom why any woman would not want to become a mother. She's always been really critical of my choice to be child-free. She always made some catty comments about how I'll never know true happiness. However, when I saw her a few days ago at my dad's birthday party, she seemed to have done a complete 180. She told me again and again how she's supportive of my life choices and shouldn't have kids if I don't want them. Monsieur, I didn't know what to make of this. I just said something like, "Oh, okay. Thanks." But my gut told me that there was more to her sudden acceptance than she was letting on. The phone call I received from her yesterday proved my gut instincts right. She started off with the usual, "How are you? We need to get together soon" bullshit. Then she began to not so subtly inquire about my finances. What sort of savings do I have? How much I make every year, etc. I of course got irritated and asked her what she meant, and to come to the fucking point, she giggled and replied, "Well, since you won't be having kids of your own, why don't you make my children yours?" Quote, I didn't know whether to laugh like a maniacal villain or just get pissed. I decided to let her go on. "Sil, as you know, your brother and I are planning to have at least 4 kids. They already have one. So, when they're born you can leave equal portions of your estate to all of them, monsieur." Me. "Uh-huh. Sil, you and that boyfriend of yours say you don't even want to get married. So it's not like you have to leave anything for him, right?" Me. "Really? Sil, yeah. So I thought instead of your life savings going to waste, they can just go to your family." Me. "After I'm dead?" Sil. "Yes." Me. "Do you plan to make it look like suicide or an accident?" Sil. "Oh, what?" Me. "Since you've planned all of this, you must have made some plans to off me, right? Go on, tell me what it is. Is it something super creative and unusual?" Sil. Angry in the way that douchebags get when you call them out on their BS. "How could you think that? I only suggested this so you wouldn't have the burden of worrying about what would happen to your money when you're on your deathbed." Me. "Onto your sweetheart. I'll spare you the burden of worrying about me worrying about my money by leaving everything I have to charities that I support." She started blabbering again, but before she could form a full sentence, I hung up. I also called my dad to let him know about this. This morning, I received a call from my stepbrother and he apologized profusely for what his wife had said. I told him if she ever pulled anything like this again, it will be the last time I speak to them, monsieur. TLDR. Step-Sil thinks because I won't breed, it automatically means that her children, a majority of which don't even exist yet, should get everything I have. His ex-wife doesn't want son to get a better car than she does. Even American girls know this is wrong. Take part in a raffle where you pay $100 to not get paid for photography work. Because discounting based on how far away you live makes so much sense. No liberals allowed in her Christian dorm room, monsieur. $3 an hour for full-time certified teacher. A friend of mine pulled her 3-year-old out of preschool because she was frustrated that other parents would bring their child to preschool when their child was sick and her child kept catching everything.